Hello Cancer, and welcome to my channel White Angel Messages. I'm Angel. This Tarotscope reading will cover the 1st to the 15th of December 2025. For a complete reading, and just in case something should not resonate because it is a collective reading, always check your 4 main placements: Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. And that includes obviously the astrological part, which is different for every sign. All the links are down below in the description box together with the timestamps. In this video, we're going to be looking, therefore, at the planets that can influence you the most in this time frame and how. And then we're going to get some messages from the tarot. Before we start, I'd like to simply say thank you to everyone who has put a donation in my PayPal donation jar. Very sweet. Thank you so much. Okay, Cancer, let's start because on the 4th, we have a super full moon in Gemini, the cold moon. Here, you're going to have a few days of time for yourself. Take advantage of it because afterwards, after a few days, you're going to be swamped with work. In fact, Mercury is moving into Sagittarius on the 11th, and this is going to keep you busy for the rest of the month. A word of advice, think about delegating duties, especially if you have a very important role such as leadership in anywhere professionally, okay? Delegate as much as you can, even at home. Then on the 15th, we have Mars entering Capricorn. So you're going to be able to motivate people. Okay, that is, delegate if you can, but be careful. Don't be too aggressive, like being bossy or something. Use the correct words, because if you are a little bit too aggressive, it could turn people off a little bit, and then you're going to end up doing everything yourself. Okay, Cancer, that was the astrological part of what is influencing you. Now let's take a look at the messages from the tarot. What do we have for Cancer for the first 2 weeks of December? Spirit, what can we tell them to live a better and happier life? What should they know for Cancer? First 2 weeks of December. Wow, okay. That is definitely coming out. Okay, wow, a little booklet, a lot. First of all, the 6 of Presents, that is the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, this is talking to me about material help. You should actually have help from someone. You're very generous, by the way. You want to do a lot for everyone, but you should be asking for a little bit of support, okay? Just, you can give a lot, but you have to also receive, Cancer. Look for a little bit of help, as we were saying in the stars, and this is actually confirming it. Okay, but this is really nice because we can see that you're a very generous person. And what happens is you end up doing a little bit too much, even for others. Let them do something as well. And then we have the 5 of Needles, which would be the 5 of Swords, okay? Yeah, okay, because you're doing a lot, the first 2 weeks, it sees you really, really busy. What could happen is it could cause stress. Stress could lead to conflict or hostility, and that's something that we want to avoid, okay? The cards are showing you that the reason why you should be asking for some help is to avoid this, because this is very possible. The cards show us what is possible to come, and if you want, you can change the cards on the table by intervening. Okay, let's see. Then we have we have a Major Arcana, the Hermit card, okay? The Hermit card talks about conformity, because what's going on here is what usually goes on with someone that is a Cancer sign. They are very generous, you guys are so empathic, and you want to do everything at home, at work, etc. This is just your being. It's not that you're doing anything wrong. This is just the way you are, and you feel great in that role. But you should be, it's a little warning, because we're getting close to the festivities and things are going to be piling up. The closer we get to Christmas time at the end of the month, the more stress you're going to have. And so it's telling me simply that it's normal. Okay, we know that this is you, which is beautiful. But this time of year, this time around, start looking for help. Definitely delegate it to somebody. Okay, 2 of Needles in the reverse. This would be the 2 of Swords. Okay. You're a little bit undecided, but you're going to be thinking about this, actually. You're going to be considering to do this. You're going to feel the first signs of being anxious, let's say. Yeah, it's the stress is going to start. When that starts, that's when you're going to start to think, well, maybe it would be a good idea to ask for help. Okay. You're going to see that sign. Up to a certain point, you're going to resist, saying, okay, I can do it. I can do everything. It's true, but that doesn't mean that you have to. Then you're going to start feeling the effects. Wow, this is really strong because like these are 4 cards already on one element. The star card is in reverse. Yikes. Okay. The star card, because in fact, yeah, you're feeling a little bit negative at this point. You're feeling like you want to do everything, but there's a little bit of lack of faith. You're starting to understand that you really can't do absolutely everything for everyone alone. Okay? Because otherwise you won't get things done. And then what happens to you? The star. The star is talking to me about what you want, not what others want, and you're almost playing Santa Claus to make everyone happy. But what is it that you want? Because you're going to be seeing that you're going to be doing a lot of things for everyone, presence here, present there, get things done. But who's taking care of you? Right? That's how you're going to start feeling the anxiousness. The stress is going to start setting in. And this is going to cause you to also become a little bit sad. Okay? The Fool. Okay, it looks like Cancer is going to decide at this point, when this sets in and the stress sets in and you realize it, you're going to say, okay, you know what? Maybe I just might take this leap of faith and say, hey, I'm not going to do everything this year all by myself. I could still do everything, but I need some help. Okay? And if not, I might not just do everything. Good for you. Okay, you might just say bye. And then we have the Hangman, the hand Santa Claus. The Hangman is telling me, you want to do this, and then all of a sudden, when you're about to do it, you kind of backtrack a little bit, okay? And because you've never done this before, you're usually the one that does everything for everyone. And you're not used to, and you don't know exactly how to do this. How do I withdraw and not do absolutely everything? Or how do I delegate? Just a little bit, a moment of hesitation. Let's see how this goes. Anything else for our Cancers? This is a definite message of relax and don't do anything, because you have to enjoy the festivities as well. Right? 8 of Potions. So it's the 8 of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, you're a little bit afraid to change this. You're just so used to doing everything instead of picking up and going. You'd like to. You realize that that is the best thing to do to relax as well, because you deserve it, and protect yourself a little bit so you don't get stressed out, because you start feeling it here in these 2 cards. Okay, anything else for our Cancers? How do we get them to relax and delegate it? What can we tell them? Something wanted to flip. Something else is wanting to come out. Let's see. Anything else for our Cancer spirit, please? Thank you. There we go. Wow, it's generous tonight. Wow, a lot. Cancer, there's a lot for you. Ace of Potions. Your Ace of Cups is in the reverse. Okay. What's going to happen is that you're going to feel really empty. Okay. You're going to feel like, okay, wait a second. I got to do this. Why isn't anyone responding? Why isn't anyone helping? Okay. And this is the feeling that's going to come back. Okay. That no one's helping you out. And this is wrong. Okay. You should be taking some time off, and someone should be stepping in. So what happens is, not knowing in which direction to go, you're going to feel like you're not getting back what you give out. And that's not fair. The Moon is in the reverse. Okay. There could be some sort of misunderstanding regarding this. Okay. Not that nobody wants to help you out, but most likely they're used to seeing you in this role of getting everything ready for Christmas, and they don't understand that you're not Santa Claus. Okay. When this happens, you're going to speak up. And what's going to come out is that in reality, there was simply a misunderstanding, okay? Or misinterpretation. Maybe they thought you didn't want to celebrate Christmas, you're not getting anything ready, etc. But you're going to have to clarify. You're going to have to find the strength inside of you to say, no, I want to do it, but I need help. I'm not Santa Claus. I shouldn't always be doing everything, okay? When that clarity comes in, then you're going to understand it's not that nobody loves you or they're taking you for granted or anything of the sort. It's just that it's always been this way traditionally every year. So you're going to have to speak up a little bit. And then when that happens, the clarity comes through. Okay. And in fact, the Temperance card is in the reverse because there is this imbalance, right? There's this hastiness of doing things and coming to conclusions, but we shouldn't do that. Okay. Remember, now Mercury retrograde is over because it ended on the 29th. But if you saw the video, you'll know that until the 14th, we're in the post-retrograde shadow phase. So there could be a little bit of a misunderstanding still coming through. After the 14th, it's definitely over. So you're going to have to clarify it. Just keep that in mind. Whatever you do, speak up. Speak up and clarify it. And then we have the Two of Presents. That is the Two of Pentacles. At this point, because it was imbalanced and you're going to be talking about it, here comes the balance. This is the result, okay? Getting it out into the open means putting things back into place, balancing things out. People will start adapting. Someone will come in and give you a hand to do one thing or to do another, okay? This is good. And Ace of Needles, okay? The Ace of Swords, the clarity, okay? Finally, when these people come in and say, okay, let me help you do something, etc., okay? Here we go. Clarity came through. Everyone understood. The truth came out. It wasn't you abandoning Christmas or anything, but simply because you're not Santa Claus. You're a human being, and you do need help. It's only right. Okay, everything gets resolved. Perfect clarity, and a perfect understanding of everything that's going on. So Cancer, you're gonna have a couple of little elves coming in to help you, but to do that, you're gonna have to speak up and tell them nicely, clearly, that things have to be a little bit delegated. Everyone has a little role. The tree, the gifts, getting food ready, etc., etc. Everyone has to participate this year. Okay, Cancer. Well, have fun getting ready. I know you like doing this sort of stuff, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy yourself, especially with your new little helpers coming in. Cancer, thank you so much for being with me for now. I'll see you on the next one, of course. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye for now from Angel.